The most serious discourse I saw about this film was on Twitter when people were saying कि अरे रणवीर सिंह थोड़ा सा ऐसे पीछे झुक गया when Alia's hair was coming towards him. This is not our Bollywood. Hi, I am Pratiksha Mishra and you're listening to my review of Rocky and Rani Kii Prem Kahaani. This film has Karan Johar back in the director's seat after what is I think 7 years, and true, all these conversations made a lot of sense to me on Twitter, but now after watching the film my views have slightly changed. Film है किस बारे में? There is Rocky Randhawa played by Ranveer Singh, who is full ऐसा muscular, goes to the gym all the time, and he's very he's brash but he's fun and he's very endearing in all the theatrics that he does. उसकी English थोड़ी टूटी फूटी है, which becomes a big plot point in the film, and he has been raised in a family which is so deeply patriarchal कि मतलब generational trauma सालों से चलता आ रहा है. This generational trauma was started essentially, I won't say started, but mainly was pushed forward by his grandmother Dhanlakshmi, जिनके नाम पे उनका पूरा ये sweets वाला empire भी है, and was kind of taken forward by her son Tijori, who is brass and kind of practically abusive, always angry, both of them are. And in this family, कोई भी अगर शादी करके आता है या whoever is born into this family gets dragged into this generational trauma का cycle. Dhanlakshmi is played wonderfully by Jaya Bachchan. She has the scowl on her face all the time. Sometimes it's comic, sometimes it's serious. You can see in her eyes when she is confused, when she's thinking कि ये क्या हो रहा है मेरे घर में, right? It's very, very well done. When she's angry and when she's hurt, it all comes out very well in her expressions. Tijori का character is played by Aamir Bashir और काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके से उन्होंने प्ले किया है रोल. उनका रोल ही ऐसा है, who is a father who's both been separated from his father and also doesn't understand how to connect with his son. उनके जो ideas of masculinity हैं are very different from Rocky's ideas, and that continues to keep clashing. इसी family में दो और लोग हैं, which is Rocky's mother and sister. Both of them are obviously in this family not having a great time. मतलब जो उनकी माँ है, she is so talented and she has so much ambition, पर वो उसका कुछ कर नहीं सकती है, and she believes that she shouldn't also. And then there's the sister Gayatri, who also has so much ambition, but she literally hides that ambition under like cloaks of lies and everything, because उसको ही पता है कि इसका कुछ होने नहीं वाला है इस family में. Rocky then meets Rani Chatterjee, played by Alia Bhatt, who is a very feisty journalist and who ऐसे hard-hitting questions पूछती है सबको. And she's raised in a family that is the complete opposite of the Randhavas. The Chatterjee family, the Bengali family in this film, is very progressive. You know, they hold like these cultural meetups in their house. Their family is very, very far from what a patriarchal family looks like. And this is the character that now Rocky has fallen in love with. रॉकी और रानी दोनों एक बिल्कुल ही स्टीमी टाइप का सिचुएशनशिप शुरू कर देते हैं, एंड देन वी सी वेयर दिस स्टोरी गोज. द वे दे मीट इज एक्चुअली ऑल्सो प्रिटी इंटरेस्टिंग, एंड बट आई डोंट वांट टू गिव दैट अवे, आप जाके देख लेना फिल्म में, बट इट्स वेरी वेरी फन. इन दीज फैमिलीज देयर आर टू अदर पीपल. वन इज रॉकीज ग्रैंडफादर played by Dharmendra, and the other is Rani's grandmother played by Shabana Azmi, whose name is I think Jamini. Both these actors, it's so nice to see them on screen again. Like Dharmendra और Shabana Azmi को screen पे देख के इतना अच्छा लगता है. It is just that kind of old Bollywood nostalgia that plays such a beautiful role. Old Bollywood nostalgia की बात करें तो Karan Johar has truly put nostalgia in this film, not even in a subtle way. He was like, ये लो, तुम्हें Bollywood चाहिए, रखो जितना Bollywood में रखना, जितना Bollywood हो सके तुम रखो इस फिल्म में. Everything about Bollywood is in this film. I wish I was someone who could listen to Abhi Na Jao Chhod Ke on screen and actually like critique it properly. I am not. It's such a timeless song. A lot of these songs are so timeless that the nostalgia really does hit you. At one point it gets kind of cringe, I would say. Like at some point you're like, हो गया बस करो, आगे बढ़ो. But before that, it's so fun. This entire film, Rocky और रानी की प्रेम कहानी, the first half is just that. It's fun, it's frivolous, पर तुमको दिखते हैं थोड़े cracks that are emerging where you're figuring out कि there is more that is going to happen in this story. That more happens in the second half where they switch families and they kind of, I guess the role of Rocky is to learn and unlearn things, and the role that Alia's character Rani has is to teach things, but also in the process learn something. And that's very interesting क्योंकि Karan Johar ने जो film place किया है is between the cultural differences of these two families, right? But at no point does he say कि this one's clearly superior and this one's just the worst thing to ever happen. They're all learning, they're all unlearning. It's a beautiful mix. Rocky, played by Ranveer Singh, is played so well. Whenever Ranveer Singh's character says something like, "Oh, hello, babes," it seems so second nature that you're like, of course, this man is like this. Of course, he behaves like this, and it is so funny. करण जौहर का जो डायरेक्टोरियल काइंड ऑफ टच है ना इस फिल्म में हर जगह पे है, एंड मोस्टली दैट इज मोस्टली द रीजन व्हाई इट इज सो हिलेरियस, लाइक इन सो मेनी पार्ट्स इज जस्ट सो uproariously funny. Is it not problematic though? Yes, it is. In places it really is. The film is trying to have some message. I get it. Some messaging exists in this film, but it's just so shallow. It is like कोई ऐसा civics के टेक्स्ट बुक से पढ़ के बस बोल रहा है कि बस इतना ही है. There is no nuance. There is little to no second layers to things. There is no depth as such. It's all very just out there. लोग मोनोलॉग पे मोनोलॉग बोल रहे हैं, लोग अपनी फैमिली पे चिल्ला रहे हैं, लोग उस पे चिल्ला रहे हैं, इस पे चिल्ला रहे हैं. They're trying to change minds and it just all comes off feeling a little less genuine. एक जो चीज़ इस फिल्म में अच्छी है is the portrayal of masculinity, especially as it comes through Rani's father's character played by Tota Chowdhary. Brilliant work. He is a Kathak teacher. मतलब कैलकाटा में वो परफॉर्म भी करते थे, but now he teaches and performs in Delhi. Marvelous character writing, performed also so beautifully. It's मतलब देख के अच्छा लगता है स्क्रीन पे. At some point there's a scene where you're supposed to be feeling very bad for him, and you will. But I was mesmerized just by the nuances, the sensitivity to his performance is so good. Every actor in this film does such a wonderful job. Even the ones that I have not mentioned, I will just make my editor write their names down here. But so good. सब अपने characters को इतनी अच्छी तरीके से fit करते हैं कि you can almost get dragged into the story. पर बात अगर करें story की, there isn't a lot. The screenplay is practically just weak. There are so many loopholes. A lot of it doesn't make sense. At some point अगर आप बोलोगे कि चलो ठीक है, escapist cinema it is, we let go of some of our like, you know, preconceived notions and we let go of some of the strictness that we expect from screenplays. Some things just do not make sense. Like it won't make sense at any point. बीच में मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा था if I was laughing with the film or at the film, and that is I think my biggest problem. मेरा इसमें क्या कर रहे हो यार, क्या कर रहे हो? The film in general, the style of course, अब करण जौहर की फिल्म है तो स्टाइल तो होगा ही, opulence, extravagance, it's all there. इतने बड़े बड़े sets, इतने movie references. This style of course has been helmed by stylist Eka Lakhani and fashion designer Manish Malhotra. Beautiful outfits, even though Rani's blouse seem almost mismatched with her outfit a lot, but otherwise beautiful. The angrakha, the way it flows and sways in the wind is just so wonderful to see. This is Bollywood. And finally, to come back to what I started with, do Rocky and Rani have chemistry? Depends on what you think chemistry is. If chemistry to you is just steamy scenes, then you probably will have some doubts. But chemistry agar you find in, I don't know, the small things like remembering someone's birthday, remembering what their favorite color is, इस बात से कि आप उनके opinions को शायद से बहुत highly regard करते हो as you should, all of this is still a very calm, comfortable chemistry that exists between a lot of couples. And in Rocky and Rani, it is this complex understanding of chemistry that works really well. The point of this film is, I think, nothing. But the fun of this film is so high. Rocky and Rani Kii Prem Kahaani is just the most Bollywood Karan Johar could have gone. He's pushed it to the very extreme, and for the most part it does work. And I think it's just the screenplay that pushes them behind, but at least there's a wonderful Ranveer Singh and a wonderful Alia Bhatt doing, I think, the best that they can with the script. और वही तो बात हो जाती है ना एक अच्छे फिल्म की, अगर जो लीड एक्टर्स हैं वो उनके स्क्रिप्ट को ही एलिवेट कर दें. आलिया भट्ट as Rani does that. She seems ambitious. She seems so genuinely confused by why she's in love with this man. She seems so deeply seeped into this role. It's genuinely so nice to see. Kahin pe of course it feels like overacting, but the film in itself is so loud and so over the top कि वो उतना पता नहीं चलता. The best performance absolutely is Ranveer Singh. He has become Rocky Randhawa. He has truly just become Rocky Randhawa. I feel like the same way that Ryan Gosling became Ken. And yeah, it is just the fact that this film is so fun and yet comes across as so hollow that has me so conflicted about how I feel. And that's why my rating for Rocky or Rani Kii Prem Kahaani is 3 stars out of 5.